The scene begins with scientists trying to control the security systems as Kanayo seems to be breaking out. And one of the scientists calls data is on a holographic device, but he doesn't speak up and is nowhere to be found. Kanayo is releasing a large amount of electrical energy and destroys the security system. The scientists begin running for their lives, but the faculty explodes. The scene shifts when Tochukwu is still engaged, drunk or exhausted. The Spirit of God then tells him to move right. He goes and spots a jungle house. The voice tells him to knock on the door. He knocks and the door opens, and the voice tells him to come in. Tochukwu enters and sees an old man sitting on a chair who welcomes him. Tochukwu asks how he knew he was coming, but he says the Lord had informed him of his coming. Tochukwu asks what he means, but he tells Tochukwu to sit down and goes into the main house and brings some food. Tochukwu gobbles it up hungrily and he asks Tochukwu his name. Tochukwu tells him his name. The man then tells him he's anointed. Tochukwu asks what he means, and he tells Tochukwu he had been given the powers to stop the dangerous threats that were to before Wazoga. The man tells him he used to live in Nigeria state but had escaped because of a serious terrorism. He tells Tochukwu several families packed up of their homes to live in the jungle, forming several tribes. Tochukwu asks about his family. The scene then shifts when Detex calls someone, telling him the plan was successful and the subject was taken into the city. The caller is pleased and tells him once power is in his hands, he will reward him handsomely. He then hangs the call. Immediately, the scene shifts to the busy African-inspired streets, when suddenly people begin hearing noises. Electricity fluctuates and Kanayo arrives flying. People see him and begin running. Kanayo destroys everything in his path. The scene then shifts to Tochukwu in the man's house. Tochukwu asks that his wife and children really died, and he replies yes. Tochukwu then tells his father died and he never really met his mother. The man then tells Tochukwu to call him Beka. He gives Tochukwu a pocket Bible and tells him to read it. Tochukwu takes it. Beka goes inside and brings a bag filled with supplies and gives it to Tochukwu. He tells Tochukwu to take it to sustain him before they get home. Tochukwu thanks him. He then tells Tochukwu to pray with him. After the prayers, Tochukwu thanks him. He then tells Tochukwu to go, but something terrible is about to happen. He tells Tochukwu to remember that God is with him. The scene then shifts to a female news reporter who speaks about the chaos in Wazoga State and how the military have tried to handle the issue. The scene shifts when Kanayo is destroying everything, and the military, even people in helicopters can't stop him and they are overpowered by Kanayo. Immediately on screens, televisions and digital billboards, Desmond appears and tells the government about their inability to solve the problems. He then tells the people, my fellow citizens, we are going to go through this together, and through my technology, I will try to stop this chaos. Tochukwu is going to the jungle. He suddenly hears noises. He stops, but then the previous soldiers he had fought earlier surround him. The boss then asks Tochukwu if he thought he could escape. Tochukwu then releases an outburst of energy, making the soldiers to fall. The soldiers get up and begin chasing him. The boss then activates his turbo blasters. Tochukwu is running through the jungle. The boss then looks at his holographic technology and searches for Tochukwu. As he had earlier put a tracking device in Tochukwu, he then sends two huge robots after him. Tochukwu stops running and looks back in fear, but immediately the robots comes. Tochukwu tries to run, but they trap him in a force field and activates the tranquilizer that makes him fall asleep. Tochukwu wakes up. He sees himself trapped in a glass prison, held with chains. One of the scientists tells the boss Tochukwu is awake. The boss then tells him to put on the device. The scientist pulls down a lever and Tochukwu starts being shocked. The boss asks the scientist what the device is doing, and he tells him is to make sure Tochukwu keeps releasing energy for their use to power their gadgets and equipment. Tochukwu is still screaming because of the pain. He then enters a vision. He sees himself in a strange place. Then Jesus comes. He tells Jesus why he had let him get captured. He tells Tochukwu it was to refine him. He tells Tochukwu he lives in him and is better than any other thing. Tochukwu then gets out of the vision. His eyes begin glowing and he tries to escape, but he can't. If you've loved the series so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Follow us if you're on TikTok, and wait for the future episodes because this series is going to grow and grow and grow. So don't forget to please like, subscribe and share to get more engaging content. And let's get back to the video. The boss then lets on Tochukwu and asks him if he thinks he can escape. It keeps showing Tochukwu. Tochukwu's eyes then begin glowing. He tries to struggle out, but he can't come out. Chains then begin loosening. The boss is shocked and tells scientists to pour tranquilizer in the glass prison. The prison is covered in green gas. Fiercely, a surge of electrical energy breaks the prison and Tochukwu comes out. The soldiers immediately surround him. But the system starts failing and the place is about to explode. Everyone immediately wears off and the place explodes. The soldiers then begin looking for Tochukwu and scatter across different directions, including the boss. The scene shifts to where the president calls Desmond. and tells him to stop the ongoing chaos with his technology. Desmond tells him that they need more time to work on the tech that will stop the threat. The president then hangs the call. The scene then shifts when someone knocks at Anandishi's door, and she's surprised to see the person. If you love the series so far, don't forget to please like, subscribe, share, and wait for episode 6. Thank you.